Hello, today I'm going to give you a quick tutorial on the touch chat system here. This is a light version of the touch chat. The one thing that it doesn't do is talk for us. So normally we would be able to hear it speak and it would go and use the words that the child touches or that. There's some great things. This bar right here, we'll put our words in there. I want, and it will come up, and usually then it will speak. You can delete those as you go along. If you complete a complete sentence, I want to drink juice. Once you go back to the home, then you need to clear this out. If you don't, it'll keep speaking. There's a way to set it on this light version. I can't set it once it's deleted, or I can't delete it just because I can't set it to delete, just because it is a light version. It has some great things on this device, in this app. If you look, there's those wee little tiny arrows right here. They bring you to another page automatically. So this here where it says can isn't going to bring you anywhere. If you look, didn't really do anything. Changed a few things, highlighted it. So can, usually what will happen is the child, there's a natural response, cannot, so you kind of lose the want, right? So once they say can, then you're wanting, I want out. They have great, here if it says I want, then like I showed you before, to go where, well, actually has stores, restaurants, school. I want to go to school. And the device would say, I want to go to school. The other nice thing is when you are in an area like this, say you want to drink, okay, but we've kind of lost the child at this point. There's this nifty little home button here. Click it, brings you back to your core page. Kids will learn that home button very quickly. Fast. They like to be able to communicate, so they learn how to get back to where they can get to everything. This here is your extras. As you can see, it's pretty, gives you a lot of stuff. This one here didn't give me a home button, just because usually you would have it set up. Play, lots of stuff to play with. Up here will be most of your flip screens. You can type something out. So if there is no Lego on your system, you can type it and it will say it. Sometimes, as we say, not as correct as we would like it, but it can type for us. Or if unicorns. The one thing about this is you can actually edit, change the buttons and add new buttons and do pretty cool stuff like that. The only thing, well, it's not permitted. If you look, I can't edit. I need to save this file. If I save the profile as first done, and then we save it, we can then go in to your vocab, create a new vocab, and you'll see, uh-oh, I didn't save it. I can load a profile first, and it will actually give it to me here. Then what we can do is we can go into editing the page normally, but since we're in the light mode, which is used for like, this is just a quick fix. It's about $15 to get the app. Doesn't speak. There's a few things you can't do in it. Editing certain things doesn't happen, but you can still pretty much set your system up almost exactly to look like your child's. It's a great modeling tool, so you could actually click on the buttons. Like you can try to click on this stuff, but it's not actually going to speak for us. Like it just said, see you later. So in that situation, it's great. But I'll show you a few things that I can do in the editing area. This is what core looks like. If we go in here, choose new vocab, there's lots of vocab. So basic, if you're working with someone that's younger, you can actually put it down to very basic. I can kind of look in here, talk about multi-chat, my quick chat. And also we have adult and children. There you go, adult here. And if you go in, it kind of changes the chatting a little bit. Change it to be a little bit more adult friendly. The words kind of change a little bit. Also offers Spanish and other languages. This is only offers Spanish, but in the actual device, it offers any language. I don't think it's unlimited at this point. I think Arabic's the only one that is they still haven't perfected. But I'm going to take you into this test here. As you can see, I have a couple. If I go in here, I can actually edit this page. I can create a new button. Great thing about creating a button is I can call it whatever I want. So it's great if I put on here a goat, or maybe a dinosaur. No, let's say goat. I'm not sure if I'll find a picture of a goat that quickly, but we'll see. I can actually go in, select an image, animal and pets, so we can go through and see. No, see? Goat might not be in here. So that's another thing. I can go in and search more if I wanted to find it, but let's just say sheep. I'll just change this real quick. So you can change it, like if someone had a goat named Susie or whatever, you can actually add it to say that goat's name is Susie. Again, lots of modifications for it. You can save it. So we have a thing. I'll save. Oh, done. Sorry, I just moved that one. Once you've set them, it's really bad if you move them after. So if someone thinks, oh look, I'm gonna see if I can test the child, don't move them. It's not a good choice. It usually creates more problems than you would imagine. We don't need to test these kids. They're good at what they do. Cute little thing if you're having that issue where the kids are hitting the same button over and over and over again. There's this little copy button, or sorry, copy hide button you have here. We can actually go in and hide them. So they can't see them, but it's really super easy to bring them back. Where are we? Here we go. Also, so has some great options, and it's definitely it's a very interesting device and extremely useful. Yeah, that's about all I have to say about it. It's pretty much self-explanatory. It has great abilities, and it has the ability to grow with the child. Once the purchase is made, It is a large purchase, around $299, I think, close to $300 from what I remember. But it's definitely, yeah, it's a great add-on. There's lots of things you can add, like how to pronounce a word. When you're on the main one, you can actually say if one we found that was difficult is like Pete the cat. It doesn't pronounce it properly. It says Pat the cat. You can actually go in and spell it out, so it says Pete the cat. But yeah, it's definitely a great device here. I would use it for most of the kids. A lot of the kids that have speech. Sorry, just getting back in. And as you can see, it has lots and lots of 180 positions. So I can make mine nice. You can even, for a child who is quite advanced using their technology. Nice thing about it's an iPad. We can still go out and we can still play the basic games that all kids want to play. Go back in. And we can also do what most people want to do once they're in here and lock them in. So once they're here, we don't want them to leave if they're new at this, because they're so used to the iPad being something they can flip through. Nice little option with the Apple is you can have guided access. You can have timed options where we have to stay within this for a certain amount of time, or you can have it so that you have to actually access it. Again, things are the same. Things just move around a little bit differently in the more advanced one. So these down here, if you look, don't have as many arrows. So this is a very large core board here. If you look up here on this top row, again, we still have our people. Nice thing is they have lots of blanks, so we can, oops. The home button does change when you get more and more and more things, but once the kids have seen it, they know it. And if your child's really used to it, you can always move it when it's placed back to where you want it. But yeah, so that's the talk touch. Sorry, the touch chat. I like about this one. That's about 48's perfect number. So gives you lots to do, lots to communicate, lots to talk about. So yeah, hopefully this was helpful. You learned a little bit about this device, and thanks for watching.